Well, good morning to you. Good morning. It's Saturday. I think that's the 8th of February 2020. Been shopping, done some stuff, but now I'm going to play for some of the morning. One or two of you wonder if I've got tripods. Oh boy, have I got tripods. This tripod is actually my favourite. Partly because it cost me one whole English pound in a charity shop. But look at it, what a beast. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop the camera on the tripod, and then we'll add a little bit of professionalism to this next video. Professionalism? Me? Well, whatever. Now, one of the things that I wanted to buy this morning was some plugs, electrical, because a lot of my kit came fitted with English plugs, electrical. Yeah, now, right, let's demonstrate that this tripod really is rather cool. See that thing there, that sort of, this box? I've been using this on and off for 4 or 5 years. It came in a job lot of junk from somewhere or another. It worked, and it's got a lead on it which had this plug. Now, the Health and Safety Brigade are forever saying, for goodness sake, well, in the first instance, don't use this old kit. Terrible stuff. Metal cases. If you take this to a public exhibition, the health and safety guy is going to insist you have it pack tested and all that sort of thing. And there's other people who say, oh, don't worry about that. Well, indoors, I'd been very much a don't worry about that sort of guy. You know, it's only me that's going to get 240 volts up my left arm. And, you know, you look at these bits of wire and you think, well, there's interesting. What was really interesting, when I popped the top off this plug, the earth wasn't connected to anything. It was just flopping about in there loosely. Now, one or two differences. This being an English plug, it's got a fuse in the plug. This being a French plug, it hasn't. And I'm not bothered about that because, of course, on electrics today, everything is RCD protected. So I don't need an earth. They never had earths, as far as I can tell. I'll use the word never. Someone's going to correct me if I'm wrong on that. Never had earths on French plugs. But of course, what I'm trying to remember now is the old colour code. Red for sparks, black for neutral, green for earth. Now, my electrical gizmos for cutting and cropping wires, they're in a different room at the moment, so I'm going to go and round up some tools. Some of you, if you followed everything I ever said, if you have followed everything I've ever said, you really ought to get out more, will recall that I acquired some tools. Not too sure how useful these are going to be with wiring plugs. They'll come in useful one day, even if they're only used as paperweights. What else did we... Oh, yes, well, we can measure the wires. Yeah, G-cramps, aren't they? I was rather disappointed. Having now got a lot of these, and when I say a lot, I'm talking more than 10, I thought I need to sell sort of 8 of them That would make sense. I don't need 10. And I looked on that famous auction site, and these actually don't sell for very much because no one uses them anymore. There's a terrible thing. But let's move those out of the way, because the tool that I am going to be using, look at this job. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'd never seen one of these, and now I've got two of them. You know, you pop your wire in there, in whichever hole is the right one, and squeeze, and it closes the grippy thing there. What a wonderful piece of equipment. Right, enough of that. Let's have a little tidy. Well, that's one successfully wired to a plug. And the proof of the pudding, there we are. Right, what I need to do is some track cleaning and maintenance. Now these horrible little controller transformers, and they are horrible. They aren't a sort of rheostat, they're a reverse and forward sort of 3 setting thing, and they're a bit gappy and horrible, but they do work. But they only have a 2-wire lead because it's a plastic box, doesn't need earthing. So we use a plug like that on it. And well, let's just prove the pudding. There we are. So that's got some power sources with some French plugs on. Time for lunch.